What is up, YouTube? My name is Patrick. I am a part-time reseller in Connecticut, and today I'm going to be going over what I purchased while thrifting the last couple days to sell on eBay. So Friday, I was having a pretty bad day in the morning at my full-time job, and just needed to get out of the house during lunch. So I decided just to head over to my local savers, see what I can find. I've had some luck when I've gone out during lunch a couple different times in the past, so I figured why not? Just need to clear my head. Thankfully, when this is airing, it's Monday, and for the first time since I've been working at my company, we have the day off today for Martin Luther King Day. So that's really nice that that's happening. Gives me a nice 3-day weekend. Probably that's going to mean that I have a pretty rough week coming up ahead. That's why I'm filming this actually on Sunday for airing on Monday. Just wanted to give myself a nice day off tomorrow where I'm not working, I'm not really doing any eBay, that kind of stuff. I will have to ship out some packages though tomorrow night. So I'm just going to go based on what I've got kind of sitting here next to me. So after walking around the store and putting at least one thing in my cart, I got over to the hanging pegs and I saw a group of dragons in a bag. So I pulled that down and I took a look and I saw the tail, which is I figured out right away that it was the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. And I know when I'm looking at toys, that's one of the toys that I want to look for is How to Train Your Dragon toys. And of course, this is the main character of dragons in the film is Toothless. So I was like, I think it was $3 or $4, no big deal. I'm going to buy the bag. And I got home and there was two different versions of Toothless in there. I think probably each of them will sell for like $8 to $10, something like that. And then there was a third dragon in the bag. And I didn't know who he was. After doing some research, I did find out that this dragon will probably sell for like $45 or $50 though. So pretty good pickup for like a $3, $4, $5 bag of toys. The next item I'm going to show is this pink tote. And I saw that it had Lego in it. I don't usually buy these totes because they're usually really expensive. But I noticed that there was a bunch of minifigs sitting right on top. There we go. There was a ton of them. They're Lego friends. And they wanted $10 for the tote. But with this many minifigures, I was like, I'm just going to take a chance and buy this. With that many minifigs, I think I'm going to get $30 probably for this tote. So pretty good deal. I think it's probably like a couple of pounds worth of Legos. So not like a ton of Legos, but not bad. Definitely fun to get that many minifigs. The third item I've got to show you guys today, it's a shield. You might notice it up on the wall behind me back there. That's how I knew what this was right away. It is a cosplay or child's toy version of it. It's plastic. It's got some nice little straps on the back of it. I think they wanted $3 for it, and I think I'm going to get like $20 to $30 for it. I did look this up in the store to make sure. I might have bought it anyway just because I love Zelda. I love video game stuff, right? If you guys have seen my channel at all, you'll know that I just love video games. So I was going to buy that regardless. Even if I ended up giving it away to a friend's child or something like that, I was going to buy it. It is a pretty neat shield. There's only a couple for sale, a couple sold right now on eBay, so it may sit for a while, but that was okay. At least I'll get to have it here and enjoy it in my house for a little bit. All right, third item was another small tote full of toys. This one was only $5. But what I noticed immediately is it said Polly Pocket right on the top there. And I know that that's one of those brands to look for. If you can get the vintage stuff, you're going to be doing really well. I figured that this wasn't going to be vintage. So I looked at it really quickly. I also discovered that it wasn't just Polly Pocket, but it actually had, let's see if we can see the Lego. There it is, the logo. It says Squinkies on there. I've actually done really well selling Squinkies before. They are funny, tiny, teeny tiny little toys. Usually what you're going to find with those is you get them in big lots. If you can get them as cheap as possible, of course, that's what you want to do. I don't know, I've sold lots of them for like $20 to $30 each time. But this one, I haven't even really gone through all of it, but there was definitely some of them still in their containers in here. There's a couple that are loose. I don't even know. It looks like there might be a bank portion to this. And then also in this tote, there was actually a bunch of moderner, not 80s, but like the 2000s strawberry shortcake figures. There's probably about 5 or 6 of them. Still smell like strawberries too. So you know you're doing well with that. I think probably the whole tote here, again, probably gonna be like $30 to $40, something like that. Not a ton of money in that, but for $5, it wasn't bad and it was fun. So I like going through that stuff. The final item from that day that I found was actually pretty surprising. I haven't found one of these at that Savers in a long time. DVD VHS player. It's a Sony. I think they wanted $10 for it. I figured if I could, no remote, of course, but I figured if it was working, it's probably going to be like a $50 to $80 machine. It does work. I have tested it, so that's really good news. I think probably the value is 60. I may end up listing it for like 70 and accepting a best offer of 60. We'll see, but not bad. So all in for Friday, I spent $35. And it's worth about $195 at initial valuation, and that's, of course, before fees. But pretty good day for $35, getting $200 worth of stuff, and a couple of big items that'll sell, a couple toys to play with. So I had a good time. Going to go into to Saturday now. Okay, so Saturday. Went by the video game section, didn't find anything there, headed back to the electronics. I had gotten there right at the opening time, right at 10, so I was one of the first people through the door. I saw a few other people I recognized from being there every week, heading back to the electronics. Of course, I started getting the fear of missing out, a little FOMO, but I just stayed calm, walked to the back, and the first thing I saw was an Xbox 360 sitting on the shelf. And I think there was somebody looking at it, but he left it there, and I thought, oh my gosh, the price must be astronomical. It ended up only being $20 though. So, and it came with controller, the power cord, and the Kinect adapter. So for $20, that's actually a really good deal. So I bought it. I have not tested it yet to see if it works. All in for the bundle, I think it's going to be about $100 right now. $20 for the Kinect probably by itself, and then I'll probably sell the system with a couple controllers and a couple games for like $80, maybe a little bit more. I moved around a little bit in the section there. And the next thing I saw, and I recognize it right away, this is a Petco Pet Safe wireless fence thingy. Buying brand new, it would have come with some collars that would shock your pet if it tries to go through the wireless boundary. Didn't have those. If it did, it'd be worth a ton of money. Probably like $150 to $200 potentially, depending on the model. So no collars. I even checked the other electronics sections to see maybe if the wires were, or the collars were there, mixed in with the wires. They weren't. Also no power adapter. So that's going to take the value down a little bit too. But even still, I think I'm going to price it around $40. And I think what I ended up putting it at, I spent $7 on it. So 7 into 40 is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Next item that I found, I just saw this little control thing. I thought maybe it was a toolbox. I popped it open and I saw immediately some controls, and I just knew what this was. It's a sprinkler system control panel. So I put it in the cart, not really knowing how much value it was going to have right away, but figuring maybe something. And so I looked it up on eBay. My initial valuation was like $30 to $40. So I bought it. I think it was only a few dollars. I certainly didn't put that much. Let's see, your Hunter. I put $4 against it in my accounting software. It's not going to be worth as much as I thought. There's no power adapter, which I thought you didn't need for this one, but sure enough, with the power adapter, it's going to be selling for like 30 or 40. Without it, it's only going to be selling for like 20. So I'm not going to lose money on it, but just not as much money as I'd like. The good news is easy item to like store. It's going to sit flat on the shelf. It's going to ship flat. I've got a few boxes this will fit into very easily. So easy item to sell. It may sit for a little while. I don't know. A lot of people are doing sprinkler systems right now, but that's okay. I did then notice that there was a box sitting on the bottom shelf, and I was like, I wonder what's in that box. I got to look. I got to find out what's in there. And I didn't even really take too much of a look at it. I just saw the flash of the Wii, and I was like, I want this. Wii's have been selling so well since the pandemic started. And there was wires. I saw controllers. I saw all sorts of stuff in that box. So I was like, it was $20, very similar to the Xbox. So I was just like, I'm putting this in the cart and I'm going to buy it. Very similar to the Xbox. I think that this is going to be selling for about $80. So really good pickup right there. With Wii's, I have a game, and I probably will do the same thing with the Xbox when I have a chance. but I always like to get home, plug it in, and hit eject just to see, like, is there something inside of it? Wii Sports, $20 game right here. I will likely bundle this with the Wii and list the Wii for $100 with 2 controllers, 2 nunchucks, and I don't even know what else. There was a couple other controllers that may sell by themselves in the box there. I haven't really gotten too far into looking up those controllers yet. Everything else though, like, it's going to be an easy $100 right off that box. So for 20 bucks, pretty good. Not unhappy with that at all. So I headed next over to the toy section and looked through all the bags. There was starting to be a lot of people standing by the doors waiting for the employees to bring out the new good bins, and that was annoying because they're standing right by where the toy section is. Harder to look at stuff. I did go through a few things. I'm going to pull it up here. Okay, so I was looking at the bags, like I was saying, and I saw this little guy here. He's really kind of hard to see in this light. But he's from the movie Anastasia. It's actually one of my wife's favorite animated movies. So I was buying this bag just for that. I didn't buy it because I thought I was going to make money off of it or any of those reasons. Just a silly little toy. Just thought it was funny. I can't even remember the character's name, but we've quoted him to each other over the years. It's going to go in my toy collection, right? That's what that's going to end up doing. Maybe it'll go to a future child of mine, something like that. The bag itself, I think it was like $5. Almost dropped the toys on the ground. And it came with a bunch of other stuff. There was a Goofy from McDonald's. There was this little car from, I don't even know what it was. I looked it up. It wasn't really worth anything. A little person, a Harry Potter Hallmark Christmas ornament. This one may end up going in like a lot. And then this dog that I had no idea who this dog was and not even a clue. But my rule is you got to look every item up. You never know what's going to have value. I've sold plenty of little toys by themselves in lots, all that kind of stuff. So this was from Disney Junior, and it's from a TV show called Puppy Dog Pals. And this is Arf. And he has sold a few different times over the last couple of months for like $8 to $10. So, pretty good. I'll list him. I'll get my money back, and then this little funny guy will be ours for free. I moved over to the bigger toys, and I noticed this thing sitting up on the shelf, and I recognized it from Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. And at first I was like, I don't know, do I need this thing? Is it going to be worth anything? I put it back, and then I was like, you know what? My rule lately has been just put it in the cart and look everything up at the end before you leave. I'm glad I did. I think he's going to sell for like $20. I may list him at $25, but I think probably I can get $20 for him. He does make some lights and sounds. He moves a little bit. Pretty cool. I knew what he was, right? I'm even wearing a Star Wars shirt right now. You can see the AT-AT walking around my shirt. So I'm pretty up on my Star Wars stuff. So that helped me know what to look for in that case. So yeah, I was glad I found him. Easy to list, right? It's no moving parts, very easy. Not gonna need maybe a little wipe down, something like that, but not too bad. So just about everything there. Check my list here. The Blu-ray player. I was looking at the electronics again before I left. I always do at least 2 laps, maybe 3 depending. And I started talking to one of the employees that I've started to make friends with. And I asked him, I was like, is there anything else good that you guys were going to bringing out? I mean, I'm happy to wait, or if you wanted to bring it out, maybe I can get first look. I was just straight up with him, I'm looking to sell it on eBay. And he was like, yeah, man, no problem. We're trying to just clear out our merch. Like, let's see what we can find. And he says, did you see this item up on the shelf? And I was like, I didn't. And it looks like, at first glance, just like a normal Blu-ray player. You can see the Blu-ray logo right in the middle there. But what other logo can you see? HD DVD. I've never seen anything like this. It's a combination Blu-ray and HD DVD player. They wanted a little bit for it. They wanted $20 for it. So that one was definitely one I'm going to look up beforehand. I was selling for like $130, something like that. Of course, if you have the remote, it's going to be a lot more. No remote, about $100 is what I'm valuing it at. So 20 into 100, yeah, I'm going to take that kind of a chance. I did plug it in, made sure that it spun up, made sure that it actually wasn't just going to be a complete dud. And that helped me a lot get comfortable with the $20. So while I'm standing there, like he actually didn't, there was no power cord with it at first. He went and grabbed one in the back for me. So while he was doing that, I noticed that there was this other device sitting there. It's this Silhouette Cameo device. It is a die cut crafting device, and didn't know anything about it. Didn't have a power cord. I did look it up, and I noticed that it was, the prices seemed to be anywhere from like 100 to 250. And so when I got home and looked it up some more, what I learned is that there's 4 different models you could get. This is model 1, of course, which is the basic model, probably the oldest version of the device that they produced. Even without the power cord, without working, I think it's worth at least $50. I think I'm probably going to order a power cord for it, plug it in, see if it turns on. If it does, I think I can get $100 for it. So we'll see how much that power cord is going to cost before I make that investment. If it's $30, I don't know that I can make that kind of investment, considering I don't know that this is going to work. But we'll see. We'll see. So if I don't get a power cord, I'm going to sell it for probably $50. I don't know. That's what I'll probably price it at. There was some that had sold for that much. And then if it does work, I'm going to ask at least $100 for it. So that was the last thing I found on Saturday at that store. I did get one more item. The last Goodwill that we went to today, we went to 3 Goodwills after Savers. And the first 2, just nothing. Shelves were bare. Looked up a couple things, just didn't find anything. But the 3rd Goodwill that we went to, we actually went pretty late in the day, probably around 3 o'clock. And first thing I did was pick up an HD DVD to test in that HD DVD Blu-ray player. I was happy to find that without having to order it from eBay. And then I noticed that it was actually sitting on the shelf flat like this, and I recognized the shape being a Wii Zapper. And they wanted $5 for it, which is a little high unless you count that it has the nunchuck in it. So I opened it up, made sure that the wire was good, made sure that it was a Nintendo branded one, which you can maybe see. No, you can't see it. Anyway, there is a Nintendo brand there on the cord. So I was like, okay, this is a good pickup for a couple dollars. This is going to be selling for at least $10 probably. So the 2 of them together for the $5, I think maybe it was actually less than that. Maybe it was only $3. It was $2 for the DVD and $2 for this, or $3. Yeah, $2 for this and then $2 for the HD. So I spent $4 and change on these 2 items. This will actually probably go with that Wii I got at the Savers earlier that day. And then this I'll probably sell by itself. For the Wiis, I tend to bundle 2 Wiimotes and 2 nunchucks so that you could have 2 players playing some of these games. Right? You're trying to sell to those families looking to find something to do during the pandemic or during the winter. So overall, very good day. At that store, or at the Savers on Saturday morning, I spent a lot of money. I spent $87. The bad news was I didn't have a 20% coupon. I had used it the day before at the Savers near my house during lunch, thinking I've got a tote full of stuff I can donate. I will donate that first thing Saturday morning, get a 20% off, and then I can buy whatever I want at that 20% discount. I forgot it. I forgot all that stuff at home, so I didn't have anything to donate. So I didn't get a coupon. The good news is I bought enough stuff that next time I'll have one on my rewards program on my account. So the next time I forget to bring a paper coupon, I'll just have one. So that'll be helpful. I really missed the military discount. That was always so much easier, just not having to worry about it. So I've got to get back into the flow of doing that. It's going to be okay. The good news was for that trip, I valued everything from that store at $488. So $87 into $488 initial value, right, before fees. I think that's a pretty good day. I would have been happy to just find a couple of those items most times. So to get basically a cart full of stuff, 2 different video game systems, a bunch of electronics, and even a couple toys, it was a good day. Very, very good day. So overall, for the weekend, I spent $124, and initial value is $693. It's about 18% of the total value is what I paid for it. So a little bit higher than I'd like, but honestly not bad. I'm happy if I can get it down to 25. I like a more like a 10% value upfront, investment upfront, but I'm not going to be too unhappy with that. But that is it today, you guys. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate to get a good like on this. Or if you're interested in more of this type of content, please subscribe. I'll be back in probably a day or two with my weekly What's Sold on eBay. As predicted, I have been doing better this week. I've already eclipsed what sold last week, and so as far as value goes. And it's Sunday currently when I'm recording this, and so we still have all day today to sell stuff. So who knows? The holiday may impact some of that. People are with their families potentially. People are just relaxing. So we'll see. But like I said, it should be pretty good. So that video will be out in a couple days. But that's it for today. Once again, my name is Patrick, and thank you very much.